Liam, I think nerves must have been jangling going into that last 10 minutes, but Troy Parrott, what strike?
Yeah, moment of real quality. It was a great technique, terrific finish, and yeah, it was. I thought we probably deserved to get something from the game, so it was nice to score a goal in that manner and obviously extend the run.
One of those games with the runs the two sides have been on that probably 9 times out of 10 MK Dons probably win, but there's always that potential for what happened today or could have happened this afternoon.
Yeah, and I think it's always a perception, isn't it, that you go into the game that it's going to be easy, etc. And that's the most dangerous thing, and we'd never do that, and we didn't do it today. I thought, such a tense atmosphere. It's again a new experience for some of the players that we've got in the group, and I thought first half a little bit we kind of played into their style. I thought we made it too bitty. We didn't really control the game, and it was about 22 minutes I think before we had the first real controlled phase of possession. So I thought there was a lot of emotion, a lot of times where we lacked a little bit of discipline first half, and we spoke about it half time. And second half, you look at the second half, sums the lads up. Their character, spirit, togetherness, never say die attitude that has done us so well over the course of the season. You see, and that's why we end up taking a point.
And although there wasn't too many chances in the game, when the goal did come, it was with the run of play, as it were.
Yeah, I thought we got a good control of it second half. That's why again I look at the two halves that were different. I thought second half we had a lot of control without creating a huge amount. I thought Mo came on and he had a couple of decent half chances where we got him down the sides and in behind. But when they block up like that, it's so difficult. You see it throughout the week. You see it with Atletico Madrid during the week when you face a block of 5, 10 players, 2 lines of 5, whatever it might be. It's so hard. The perception is you've got a load of the ball, you're going to create loads of chances, but it's never the case. It's so difficult. So yeah, overall, obviously, look. You look at it, delighted to come away with a point.
You brought Connor in for Mo. Physical aspect was possibly a driving force there, was it?
Yeah, a couple of aspects of that. Connor had a good impact, I thought, the other day, and looked sharp in training. Mo's been outstanding. What he's done. When you look at his work rate defensively, what he's done. So again, like I said, we need everybody on the run-in, and that's the case. There will be changes at times.
So there was a bit of intimidation or attempted intimidation against the likes of Dean Lewington. It's probably the wrong person to pick on. He's just not going to be bothered about stuff like that, is he?
Nah, he's terrific. You see how he responds. He does what he does and lets his football do the talking, which that for me is the most powerful thing. And he had another solid game today.
Overall, then, would you say you're kind of happy with the point? Get out and go back up the road.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you look at it, how the game goes. I think if you go one down, it gives them something to fight for, something to hold on. It gives them the lift. I think if you keep it at 0-0 and you can build momentum in the game that way, it might be a different outcome. But when you're one behind and you're chasing it like we were, to score, I think you ultimately you look bigger picture. Coming away with a point is not a bad thing.
4 left. Are you a 4 cup finals kind of manager, or is it the old game at a time?
No, I think you have to do the same. I don't, when you look at it game by game, which I talk a lot around, I don't extra emphasis. Why should you? It should be the same every single time you turn up, whether it's the first game of the season, the last 4 of the season. The attitude, the application, the intensity, the focus, the preparation, all the thing that should be consistent, whether it's a cup final or the first game of the season. So, for me, we don't change. We approach the same game with the same attitude, the same, like I said, discipline, the same behaviours that we need to try and perform and win.
How did you find it down on the touchline there? Were you kind of listening, or could you hear the certain chants and bits and pieces, or do you just block that all out and focus on the game?
You can feel it. I think you have to. And you don't. It's where you spread your energy. Not too much energy goes on it, but you're aware of it. And again, I think you have to, because you have to feel what the players are feeling. I think that's the important aspect. It's not getting distracted by it, but it's knowing, like I said, some of the guys, it's a new experience for them. So again, when we look at learning and we look at getting better and developing, that will be a really good lesson for some of the guys today.
It's a really brave save.
Can I ask you one question for the Suns?
Yeah, of course.
Some people say that Troy's volley reminded them of Van Basten's goal against Holland. Can you see similarities there? It was a fantastic. You just don't expect to see a strike of that quality in this league, really.
I haven't seen it back, and I want to be careful before I compare it to Van Basten. I'd have to watch it back, but all I know is it was a moment of real high quality, real good technique, and he had good control on it. So Yeah, I'd have to see it back before I compare it to.
Read it in the Sun tomorrow.
Well,
Some say from Jamie as well, wasn't it? At one each, showing that it was never over till it's over.
no, definitely not. Said it numerous times this season against anyone in this league. If you come off it 1%, you switch off for 1%. You're always vulnerable, and Jamie's been terrific at times like that when we've needed to call on him, and it was a big save where he stayed big. He's showed real bravery, and it was a good save.
When that goal goes in, though, did you fancy yourselves to go on and win it?
Yeah, I thought the momentum was with us. I thought as the half went on, it was a case of building pressure, building momentum, keeping them on the back foot, and then being a little bit braver, taking some more risks. I thought at times we could have done, but when you score, you tend to increase the momentum. So yeah, it was one of those going into it. A couple of set pieces we had at the end that on a tough pitch didn't quite deliver what we wanted to.
You mentioned that trying to intimidate Dean Lewington probably isn't the best idea, and is his pick out course for Troy's goals? Is that just an example of how he keeps his head in pressure situations like today?
Yeah, and it shows for our group why he's so important. I think especially when you come through young players, they can tend to play off a little bit of emotion, which I thought we did a few times first half. But again, that's where you look at a group there, you challenge them to raise standards and challenge them to do things, and they respond over and over and over again, and that's why it's such a terrific group to work with. And Skip kind of epitomises that, in that it's about staying focused, it's about staying present in the game, it's about not getting carried away with the occasion. And yeah, it was a great ball.
He's gone through Lord knows how many promotion races now in his time with the Dons, but just how important is that when it comes to just kind of like keeping younger players' feet on the ground in terms of what they can expect in the weeks ahead, that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's something we'll look at. I have to say we've got such a humble group that you look at it. I think part of the reason we've done well this year is that they don't get high, they don't get low, they don't get carried away. And I know people joke around, I bang on about it, the players bang on about it, but we live it. I think that's the key to it. It's not just empty words that we keep throwing out there. It's something that we speak around. It's not getting too carried away, and it's on a day where it's not our greatest performance, it's about not beating yourselves up too much. So I think it's one of those, we take all the learning from the experiences we have that will actually help us be the best team we can in the future.
I know your fans will be looking at the results of all the games going on, but I imagine you only really look when the game's over and see how everyone else has done.
Yeah, I haven't looked yet. I think priority is reflecting on this, talking to some of the guys. I'll obviously have a look when I get on the bus, but we can't control the other results. So again, where you spread your energy, it's minimal on that. It's just having an awareness.